Good evening and welcome to the Adventures for the Morning Star. Here we're going to show you the pieces that we found in Yavapai County. And yes, you are looking at one of the better ones of this first part, but I am still saving the kings for later. Here you see a wonderful Bytroidal. It's got the bubbles. That's what makes it Bytroidal. But this is more than just a Bytroidal. The blue chalcedony mixed with like a Jasper. And some have called it a Jasper agate. It looks an awful lot like the Mexican moss agate. But either way, Jasper, agate, blue chalcedony, Bytroidal. This is a wonderful little piece. We found lots of bands on our trip. I spent 3 days cleaning these up. And a shout out, I got to do a collaborative rock hound with Mr. Bell from Arizona, or Agate Hunters Bell. And he taught me a lot about finding agates and things like that. And so we found some great, this is a little bandy, not too huge. I think I might be able to make some dangly necklaces out of that one. We found lots of these whole crystal packs. Now I'll show you some pieces of these in a second, and I'll spoil it. I have a bigger one to show you here in a minute. I like these. It has bands. It's crystals. Inside is hollow. And another one like that is right here. So just straight quartz crystals in this one. Crystal moth comes together on the edges, but on the inside they're hollow. They're neat. A couple of them, I think, I'm going to turn into a girl's necklace. This is the inside of it. Just straight blingy crystal. I was going to cut a circle out of it and flatten the back. I know the back's ugly, but find a way. Attach a bell to it or something. And then a girl will have a blingy necklace. Found several of these. I actually thought about cutting some of the whole ones up and doing that with it. This one I would keep more. This angle, I like these a lot. I don't know why, but these simple sparkly crystals I think are fantastic. Here's another one. This one's got a really dark matrix. As you can see, it's clean. And then inside is bands. So this is agate. And it's got agate and crystal. And I don't know what I could do with this. It's so thin and it just formed in an odd way. But it's really cool. I'll try to go quicker. Another bands. I look at my videos, I watch them, and I say, I have to slow down, I'm going too fast, but Mr. Bell was a great pace setter. And so I didn't get as much video out there on the hunt, but it helped us find good stuff. It helped us prioritize. I'm going to look at this guy next. I probably shouldn't even show you guys this guy. It's got this white stuff. I soaked it. I tried to clean it. I even thought vinegar might get it out, but it didn't. But this one is so dark. It's got such a dark, rich blue along the side. I might just cut it anyways and just see what a fresh face looks on it. It's not dirty. It is the color of the agate. It's Bytroidal. It's agate. It's got the crystals. It's got a really dark blue pattern in there. Maybe even reddish. Now, I don't know that I could do anything with it because of the way it's shaped. But we're going to cut that one, I think. Maybe we'll do a cutting video on it. Another just little Bytroidal at the entrance, couple of bands, crystal throughout, flat guy. I like this guy. I wish it came clean better. I suppose if I try real hard, I can get it clean. I think some of it is darker. Some of the darker matrix got in there. I thought it would be cool if that whole thing had sparkled up, but it didn't. And now, here's a cool one. I like this one. It's got some Bytroidals. Let's see. It's got bands. It's got bling. All the crystals in there sparkle. So this is kind of like the other ones from the outside. And then on the inside, you have bands and bling. Neat. Here's another little Bytroidal. Bands. Reminded me of going to Luna, New Mexico, right here in Arizona, Yavapai County. Blue agate bands, lots more Bytroidal goodness there. There's another one, just bands. Not a lot of blue, but it's got bands, and again, it's real thin. I was warned, only carry the best stuff out. I was like a pack mule carrying stuff out. I should have left some behind. But these small ones are neat. Little bands. Sparkles. Sparkles. Paper thin. Not sure what I can do with it. You have any ideas? Let us know. Like, comment. If you like this type of content, subscribe, say hi, tell us where you're from. Another bands. Another little bandsy. I don't know. They're just so oddly shaped. I don't know that I could do anything with it. Maybe I can. Those are neat. Crystals coming together. Trying to slow down. I think I'm going slow, and then I watch the video and I'm like, wait, how's anybody supposed to see anything watching that? So I'm trying. Little crystal mouth. Saving the Bytroidals. Little bands. Little Bytroidal. This one's unbroken. It's in its own little pocket with the outer skin. And that's how the whole ones look. When I first started rock-hounding Arizona, actually I started watching the TV, YouTube, those guys that find bands and stuff, Lake Michigan, and I'm like, man, I live in Arizona. I'm not going to find anything here. And then I start reading, and Arizona's like the holy grail of rock-hounding, they call it. I tell you, there's so much stuff in Arizona to be found. We have to travel for it because we live in Sandstone County, all sandstone cliffs. But it's fun when we get a day. We've been talking with Mr. Bell about a collaborative hunt for a while, and when it finally presented itself, we jumped on it and we went down for a day. We thoroughly enjoyed ourselves and learned a lot. I'm going to try to write down some of the tips in the comment section, probably of the finding video. Again, outside, inside. And here we go. Some straight Bytroidals. I don't know what this white stuff is on it. If you know, let me know. It does not come off. The back's ugly. And if the Bytroidal's cut open, it just looks like this stuff on the back. Whether it's basalt or whatever it is where it forms. And so the inside of the Bytroidal is extremely ugly. Speaking of which, I wasn't even going to show you guys this one, but I had to stand up and grab it. I had high hopes for this guy, but you see that? It was all broken, and inside the holes just makes it look ugly. I think this one's going to go in the yard to rot. I couldn't get this brown stuff off. This is a... Anyways. There's another big one. We nicknamed my baby girl Bubbles. My wife says I should try to figure out something I can do with these to make it for my baby girl, since Bytroidal is Bubbles. Little guys. Here's another one. It's got this white stuff all over it. The flash is catching it. Look at the color on those bubbles. It almost reminds me of a fire agate type Bytroidal, but we weren't in the area of fire agate, and it doesn't really flash at you. I guess it's just the brown of the underneath the matrix or whatever it is. The pink and things like that. That's really neat. Here's another one that's really nice with the kind of the fire agate flare. And I've never actually seen a fire agate, but that's what it reminds me of, seeing some videos on it or whatever. And it's just this thin piece sitting on top of the host rock that chips off. And when it's just this Bytroidal part, doesn't seem like you can do much. The inside is this stuff, which is ugly, as you saw, but cool nonetheless. Another crystal pocket. Oh, let's see. This one shouldn't even be in here. Should have gotten rid of that one. Another little crystal pocket with bands. And last but not least of this section, these bigger Bytroidals. Now stay tuned for the next one. This was our basic finds. Now we've got some kings to show you. Thank you for joining us.